Okay, so over the last few months, I discovered something. Millions of other people have also discovered this before me, and that's anime. Kind of sound like a nerd saying that, but I truly do enjoy watching anime, and it's just an all-round fun experience. Now, how does this connect to the video? Well, I mean, most animes are made in Japan and henceforth are Japanese speaking. I don't know Japanese. I can watch dubbed and subbed. I hate subbed. Yeah, you can't get the story if you're reading the text the whole time. Anyway, the point is this video is about my journey on learning Japanese so I can just watch more anime that isn't dubbed. So how am I going to go about doing that exactly? Well, there's countless of methods that you could do to learn a language, but the one I decided to do is called immersion learning. Basically, it's the idea of how you learned your native language through just thousands of hours of taking in information and learning words based off context clues of what people have been saying. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned using our big boy brains to help assist us in this method. Well, there are two tools I'll be using for this. Tool number one is called Anki. Tool number two is Duolingo. Everybody knows Duolingo. Now, what do these apps do exactly and what am I using them for? Well, Anki is a language learning app that helps you memorize specific words using a pattern to keep it in your brain and testing you day after day on specific words, helping you retain the information. That will help me memorize specific words I can use and understand in anime during this method. Now, I will be using Duolingo for grammatical structure and learning the alphabet, basic stuff. You don't need to use Duolingo after usually the first couple of weeks for my information. Just after that, you've already learned enough where you should be able to pick the rest up from actually immersing in the shows or books or whatever you're using to immerse. Now, as the name will tell, immersing in the language you want to learn is the most important part. And so that's why you don't need to continue studying Duolingo or whatever after a couple of weeks after you get a basic grasp of everything. Now, with that said, let's finally go to day one. I spent 33 minutes learning words on Anki today. That is an absurd amount of time. They would not stay in my brain, I'm telling you. That was crazy. Oh, anyway, moving on past that. Today I really didn't immerse as much as I wanted to. My goal was 3 hours. I got about an hour and a half in, but I think I might actually keep it an hour and a half for the first week while I continue learning on Duolingo because I'm trying to mix doing Anki, Duolingo, and recording videos. It's kind of a mix of a lot of things and a lot of work. So I'm just going to chill, do an hour and a half of immersion every day until I finish my basic Duolingo, and then I'll up it to 3 hours. You know what? At least I'm pretty consistent with the amount of time it takes for me to do my Anki. Today, we had a sweet 38 minutes of pure, unenjoyable memorization. I do not like it, but supposedly it works. Supposedly, I actually have heard some of the words I learned there in the anime I was watching. Speaking of that, I got my hour and a half done today. I didn't get that much Duolingo done, mainly because it's just not fun. It's even more less fun than Anki is. It's just a lot of work, just a lot of stuff, and it's pretty daunting to the amount I have to do. But tomorrow, again, just want to get that hour and a half of my anime done, and I picked up on a problem. Main problem is I'm doing this so I can mainly watch more anime because I enjoy watching it. But the problem with that is if I have to consume all my anime in a language I don't understand, then I can't enjoy the anime. So what I've been doing is I'll watch an episode of the anime and then I'll watch the English version of it afterwards, just so I can still watch it. It just takes a lot more time than just watching the not dubbed version. Okay, anyway, day three.
Today, I'll be talking about one of humanity's biggest fears.
Okay, day three. Very busy day for me in real life, so I didn't really get much done. Still pretty consistent on my Anki though, 32 minutes or something today. For Duolingo, I didn't even open it today, so I got like 4 days of my free trial left. I gotta speedrun that. I got the hour and a half done, squeezed it in. 11:30 is when I finished it. It's currently 2 a.m. when I'm recording this, so you know, bear with me. For the most part, I feel like today wasn't that good. Like, in the first 2 days, I was picking up words while watching some shows. Today just didn't click with me. I watched the show, didn't understand really a single thing, but I didn't even pick up on a single thing either, which kind of is concerning. But you know, blind faith. We have blind faith this is gonna work, and it's only been a couple of days, so let's keep at it. We got it.
With the police helicopter busy searching for McDonald's.
Alright, day 4. Finished the first 12 episode anime. Hour and a half every day is roughly 4 episodes. That times 3 is 12. So, first 12 episode anime finished. I got the Anki done today. 30 minutes, guys. Even quicker. It's improvement. For just a rough understanding, I'm getting more and weight mixed up a lot. I can't really pronounce it properly, but it's moto and mota. It's very similar sounding, especially when they're saying it really quickly. It's hard to understand, so I get that mixed up a lot. But for the most part, I don't really understand anything. I'm still at that phase where I'm barely getting anything. My Duolingo, like, I didn't even open it today. I'm really tired. It's 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. I'm just not even gonna do Duolingo today because I just don't have the energy.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out.
Alright, day 5, guys. I actually haven't finished immersing yet today. 2:12 a.m. in the morning. But I'm almost done with my last episode. But I gotta get this in so I can just finish this up and go to bed. But I'm about to get that done. 34 minutes on my Anki today. It is what it is. All in all, really don't feel like I made progress today compared to yesterday. Still just as confused as the last 2 days, honestly. But blind faith is what I'm told to have, and my Duolingo, haven't done any of it. I just don't really want to, because who wants to sit down and do Duolingo? And for the shows I've been watching, today I just started immersing with My Dressed Up Darling. I'll see you guys in day 6. So, in my impressively dumb mind, completely forgot to mention that there are 2 types of listening. You have active listening and then passive listening. Active listening is just watching a show and actively listening to it, or reading a book and actively taking in the information. While passive listening is you're doing yard work, maybe mowing the lawn or something, and you're listening to people talk in Japanese. Okay, day 6, not it, guys. And when I mean it, I literally mean not it. I did not finish first. I didn't even finish my Anki. I didn't even do it today. So I got double words tomorrow. Yippee! Second, I only got about 2 episodes in, so roughly 40 minutes of active watch time. Just doing yard work today, so I did get around 30 minutes of passive time in, but that's just passive listening just is not as good as active in my opinion. But I'm gonna fill in that stuff tomorrow and not make this a habit. This will not become a habit. But today was a really busy day for me, and I just couldn't do it all in a reasonable amount of time.
Emotional damage.
Day 7. A full week has finally been completed. Minutes. That took a while. I got my hour and a half in. So I did not repeat the cycle of yesterday. First week done. Alright, week 1 review, guys. So, key points I want to hit here are just what I've learned, what I would change if I continue doing this, when I continue doing this, and then what I find the most challenging for myself, at least. So, first thing, what I would definitely change is honestly probably the amount of time I'm watching, like actually immersing. I'm immersing for a very little amount of time. Most people do it for 3 hours a day. I did half of that, an hour and a half every day. But when I continue doing this, I'll probably increase it. But I'm just trying to get used to watching something in a language I don't even know. So that's why it's so low right now. What I find the most challenging, yeah, that's definitely watching a show. And then, because when you're watching something in a language you don't understand, you start to pick up on the more universal languages of just the human. So, gasp, laugh, blushing, because anime loves that if you're watching romance like me. But you pick up on these stuff, but you don't know what's happening. And the wanting to know what's happening is like so annoying. So what happens a lot is I'll somehow rough it through the episode and rewatch the whole episode again in English because I also want the story. It just takes a lot of time, doubles the time it takes, to be honest. So that's a big problem for me. And now finally for what I have learned, very little. I can pick up I pick up 1-word responses sometimes, very little amount of times. I understand yes and no, what, wait, more. I could count these on my fingers. It's not a lot, but what do you expect? I've only been doing this for a week, and I'm actually surprised as how much I've picked up just in that amount of time. But there's definitely more room, and sometimes you just don't get it. I can go through a whole episode and not understand anything. So that's my week 1 review. If you don't want to or haven't thought about it, maybe try doing this just for a week like I did. And if you really hate it, just don't even do it, guys. This is supposed to be fun while you learn. So that's it. I'm gonna probably make a week or 2 video or something. I don't know. I'll probably start editing that soon.